You look a lot better not broken, you know? I, however, look still broken. Anyway, so we've had a traumatic couple days trying to get that bike back on the road. Not trying to. We did. Got it all fixed and lined out. I just did a 9-hour saga, like a Ken Burns video on how I fixed that. Just dropped it. 41 minutes long. Longest video I've ever done. Anyway, so we rescued my 2024 Street Glide, refixed all that stuff, and now she's fine and dandy. And the same day that I did that video, or put it all together and all that stuff, something came from my buddy Joel. So I bought these. No, you don't have to throw tantrums right now. Joel is Joel Harrison from JH Choppers. He's a good guy. I buy my derby covers and timer covers and all that stuff from him. He has made me S&S ones because S&S doesn't make one. Again, it was my ordering it. I don't want to get all cranky and bugging him about that stuff. I ordered it. He made it for me. He's made nothing on the shovel because I leave that pure. He's made stuff for the chopper. He's made stuff for the Street Glide, the 24, the ST, all that stuff. Even some buddies that I've ordered, you know, if they have channels, their logo on their covers and stuff, and send it to them because that's just, Joel does really great stuff. It's not as expensive as you would think. I think his prices are too low, if I'm honest. They just are. What did I pay for these? Now, these aren't custom. You'll see. But I don't know. I pay, I think, $150 or something for a derby cover, which that's like, they're like $100 a quarter anyway, and mine has my logo on it. So let's go ahead and do something awesome to the Street Glide so it's kind of complete now. Y'all might remember that not that long ago I put the Gibson Tobacco Burst. I know they just call it Tobacco Burst, but to me it looks like a Gibson Les Paul emblems on the tanks. And I had a bit of an issue because I had shaped them by hand because the contour, this again 2024 bike, you can see the contours of this tank are different than the older tanks. It's got, you know, some angle design and stuff in it that changes that contour. And that's a little sharper right here, so there was a lot of raise. And I spent a significant amount of time hand shaping those to match the tank. And they didn't match. It just didn't. It's my fault. They just didn't. I mean, I bent them a lot, and they looked nice. And then a couple weeks after on there, kink. They started, as metal does, they started going back to shape, and they just were rising up off the tank and it looked like shit. So you may not have noticed it. A lot of people may not notice it, but I'm anal retentive as hell, and I popped them off the tank because they were just not acceptable. Okay, it's bulk beer. Don't judge me. So actually, it's not bulk beer. That's the family beer. Fun fact, my brother-in-law works there and is a bigwig. Anyway, so, well, he in his line of work, never mind. He's not like the CEO. Or if he was, do you think I'd be drinking Fireball? I'm just saying. So what we got is another set of those. I bought them because I love them so much. They're not exactly easy to find. And where are they? Here they are. Hang on. I have another set. I ordered them right after I knew that was going to go bad. The place that had them, they only had so many sets, so I have another brand new set of Tobacco Burst tank emblems. I'm going to use those on a bike that doesn't have a new tank. I don't know when or where or how, but I'm going to use them because they're just so cool. Here's another example, actually. This is an old brass one, but this is another thing that Joel made for me for the chopper. It needs to be polished up, but this is a brass derby cover he made for my Evo and the chopper. So what he sent me that I ordered from him a while back is obviously tank emblems. He does the absolute best job on earth at making a certain style of tank emblem. It's like CVO style, can I say it? I'm going to say it. Again, I bought these, so, you know, whatever. The CVO style tank emblem. He does them in edge cut and black. I think you can do colors if you want. I'm sure he can. He can do anything. Joel can do anything. He's a CNC master. He makes footboards and all kinds of wild stuff. So he made these just in chrome, but he made them for the new tank. That's a new thing. He just came out with it recently with the contour corrected for the modern tank. So I ordered some chrome emblems. So we're going to put them on, and they're actually, this isn't as easy as it sounds. It's not just like you just stick them on, so I thought we'd do a little video. Okay, so I just checked the invoice. I paid $104.98 for these, so if you're curious how much they cost. These are CNC machine. They're metal. They're not plastic. Then he sends them off, and they get plated at one of the best chromers in the country. I don't know if I can say the names. I'm not going to, but one of the absolute best. And what you receive is your perfect contoured for a 24 and up, or, of course, you can go, he has the older ones, too. And again, black, edge cut. If you want a color, just ask him. Just send him a message, or chrome like I did, and then you get separate, perfect cut 3M. Oh, I should mention this. If if you haven't already booked your ticket for the Buffalo Chip the night of the 1st, if you're going to Sturgis, do that now. So Friday, August 1st is the night ZZ Top plays the Buffalo Chip. We have a biker FAQ, a biker first aid kit donated by Refuge Medical Training. We're going to give away that night. And then 2 other viewers of the channel have called Refuge and ordered 2 more. So we have 3 $300 biker FAQs that we're going to give away that night. We're just going to do it for fun. And you got to be there. We're just going to be like, you know, who rode the furthest, who came the furthest, and then who has the best rack. I don't know, something like that. We'll do something along those lines. But I'll put the link below if you just want to go buy one or if you're not going to be there. But the biker FAQ's the best first aid kit for bikers and their motorcycles. And we're going to give 3 of them away. No catch. Just got to be there and we're going to have a good time. All right, let me open these up. They're taped up real well. But what we're going to do is find the happy spot on the A side. I should probably talk about that, right? So a motorcycle has an A side and a B side. This is the A side, if you know that. So the A side of a motorcycle is the side you can see when it's on the kickstand. And it's also the side that has your air cleaner and your pipes and all the pretty stuff. You ever thought about that? The A side of your motorcycle is prettier than the B side. That's the A side everyone sees when they walk up to it. It's also the one that's easier to put emblems on. And for reference, there's your B side. See? Not as nice as the other side. Also, it's on a down angle because it's on the kickstand. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the A side emblem first. That won't be too hard. That we're going to kind of eyeball. Like what looks right. Also, the bike's at the right angle for you to do it. Up on a lift would be best, but I'm not going to put it back on a lift when I just got it down, and Brown Sugar's coming tomorrow to go on a lift, so all that stuff. So we're going to find the right spot somewhere around there. I just cleaned the tank. And when in the contour of the emblem will tell you when you found it. It'll kind of go, there it is. Now, when you do the other side, don't eyeball it. It will be wrong. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen a used bike at a dealer that somebody's done custom emblems, and the frickin' emblem on this side's up here. Like, it's just, they're so goofy looking because they did it on a kickstand and just didn't pay attention. There's an easy way to do this. Find a waypoint and measure. Get yourself a measuring tape, not an old-fashioned soft one, you know, and either measure from a waypoint on the tank, so get like an eye line from, it doesn't have to be exact, but eye line from here maybe to this point, right, and then go this far down. Once you do that one and you're happy with it, it looks nice, okay, then measure from a spot. Pick your spot, like here, let's say it's in level with this, and go down to where it is, and then go up to your tank mount or the frame or whatever, and go back and take measurements and go, all right, we need to be this much down to this point on the emblem and this far back, right? So just measure it out. You will, if you eyeball it, it will be wrong. So what we're going to do is use the tank lines. This has lines, so it'll be way easier, and they end up here too. So I'm going to put it on over here, and then we're just going to measure the tape from the peak, you know what I'm saying? And then from the end to this body line here, and it'll end up being perfectly straight. But measure, don't eyeball this side. It'll end up screwed up. So, all right, let me stick on the first one, and when we'll do the second, be done. Move on. There's the emblems. Look at, like jewelry, you know. This is Joel's kind of work. Just really nice stuff, beautiful, and nice chrome and all that. So what we're gonna do is I have to find which one's which. Left side, right side. But I'm gonna put the tapes on first. I won't peel the back off, of course, but I'll put it on so the tape's on there, and then I'll just figure out which one's which. And then we can kind of eyeball the A side when it looks right, and then we'll measure from the A so we do the B right. Man, I'll tell you, PBSO just loves their helicopter. Just, you know, I don't know. It feels like South Central LA sometimes, as much that some bitch is just flying in circles. Anyway, that gas costs a lot. All right, so what I'm doing is trying to find the sweet spot. I checked the 2 emblems, and one of them, when it feels right, when you look at it, it's laid up on the rear, meaning it's the wrong one. It's the other side tank. So I took it over and put it on there, and sure enough, there she sits straight. So if you look down, or even look from here, you can see you got a huge opening there. You move her back, and you'll feel it go like, oh, that's the spot. But now you want it to be straight, okay? So you are going to kind of eyeball the A side. Right, it'll tell you when it's wrong. It'll just kind of go, yep, see, that's the right angle. It's matching the curvature of the tank. So that's the correct spot right there. Man, those look cool. So now I'm going to peel it and just make sure I get it on there straight with the tank. So it's not like that or like that. But it won't let you really. I mean, it's you can feel it settle into its spot, and it's right there, right? So we'll put that on, then measure from those body lines, and then do the other side. There we go. So, they look great? Yeah. Are they exactly where I would put them? No. Now the reason, what do you mean where you'd put them? You just put them on there. These, the curvature of that tank is pretty extreme actually. So there's not a lot of variance. If you put it on wrong, the emblem's gonna be up. It's not gonna be sitting flush if you put it anywhere else. If it were me, I'd place them further forward, but you can't do that because if I do, then this part of the emblem is hanging off the tank. See what I mean? Like the back of them are machined to an exact curvature of the tank for that location. So this is straight and perfect for the actual cut of the emblem. If it were me, I would have placed them maybe an inch more forward, but that's just preference. And again, I can't because then it won't be on there right. So that's the correct way the JH went for going. They look great. I mean, they're freaking jewelry. They're huge. They're, you know, they're blingy and flashy. And for a solid color bike that doesn't have flames, because that came out in 25, bastards, it looks pretty cool. So let me go just measure. I'm going to measure from this body line here to there and from that body line here to there. And that'll give me a good idea of where. But then again, the curvature of the tank is not going to let me put them anywhere else, you know, but at least knowing those measurements, we'll know that they'll be, you know, uniform. All right. And the last thing I do is get on there, and I haven't pressed them on all the way, right? Like I could still peel them off and move them if I needed to. They'll pretty quickly hold their own weight, you know what I'm saying, like the adhesive will. But then you push them on and they cure over like a day, and then you ain't getting them off. I mean, like you're gonna have to use a fishing line and a gallon of Goo Gone. That's something you should talk about. How do you take off the originals? Fishing line and a gallon of Goo Gone. You know, just use the fishing line to cut through the adhesive as much as you can. Also heat, use a heat gun, or hair dryer, whatever. If you don't know how to use a heat gun, don't do it, you'll burn your paint. But a heat gun to heat it up, and then fishing line, and then Goo Gone to get all the residual off. Then make sure you clean it real good so there's not Goo Gone on the paint, otherwise it's gonna eat your new adhesive. So then when you get them on there, look down on your tank. That perspective tells you a lot, like are they right or not. Now what I've done is I've measured down. I've also used my fingers for feel. Like that's the same, it's actually middle knuckle, you know, how does it feel? Like without my phone in my hand, I use two hands to go like, okay, yeah, the distances are the same. They feel all right. Your sense of touch will tell you a lot, you know, when you're doing this stuff. So they are, I don't know if you can tell from the video, they are, from my perspective, about perfect. I'm gonna take one last look without this stupid phone in my hand, and then I'll move them if I need to, but I think we're good to go. Bam, so my final fit check. There they are, straight to that side, and then pretty much a mirror to this side. Can they be off a millimeter? I mean, yeah, whatever. It's not, you can't be able to tell, but when you, these guys who just eyeball it and don't try to measure at all, even if they just use your finger, like to this knuckle or whatever, you know, guys who don't do that, they end up with like just weird places. And I'm telling you, they're like up here on the damn near the top of the tank sometimes. So measure it out. But there you go. Jade Shoppers, good buddy of mine, really cool stuff, worth the money. I'll put a link and all that. I normally just contact him through Facebook, but you know, he has a website. I think you can order this. I may have just ordered these on his website. And then he sent me a message and said, they're at Chrome. They'll go out in 2 weeks. So yeah, so really cool stuff. I'll put a link. Take care of each other. We'll talk real soon. Bye.